Yeah, I really didn't enjoy breastfeeding until about 5 weeks.
He's not vibing it.
I never thought that I would even think that solids could even be a personal thing. Sorry if it, is gross to you or whatever, but, well, I'm here to advocate for you. And welcome back to my channel. Today is the day that we are going to finally give Wolf solids, and I wanted to do it on the weekend with Jessie here because, like, one, it's really cool to do together, but two, they say to just be aware that like your kids can choke or gag when they start having solids because it's like a brand new thing for them, and I just didn't want to go through that alone. I don't know if you guys recall, but in one of my other videos I talked about a book I had read called The Nourished Baby, and she gives you a week by week outline introducing all these different types of foods, what ones to start them on, what ones to kind of avoid. It's not so much about like actually feeding your baby at the beginning, it's really about your baby learning about food, really, textures, smells, all the different like things that come with food that we just totally overlook as parents. I wish that I could have gone to like lectures to understand it like way more thoroughly, because trying to read it when my brain is as mushy as it is since becoming a mum, and it's quite heavily science-based, which I really enjoyed, but also when you're super tired and you're trying to read that like before bed or whatever, it was just really like mind-numbing. Yeah, I really recommend it. She's a New Zealand lady. I'll put the link down below to her page because she really is incredible. She's got a whole heap of other tools for toddlers as well as feeding stuff like bibs and la. So yeah, so we're just letting that steam up. So today's vlog, I want to show you about how Wolf is going to start eating solids, but I actually thought it was like the perfect time for me to finally do my breastfeeding chat. So on Instagram a while ago, when I asked you guys what you wanted to hear about, breastfeeding was one of the ones that did come up as a highly requested one to just like talk about. Wolfie! Hello! Hello, Bubba! Smiley? Hi, Papa. Okay, so it's super busy in here, so I figured I would just get a coffee before I head home. Wolf should be doing his long nap right now, so after he gets up, then we will do his solids. I did successfully get the sippy cup. These ice cube trays. When you first start solids, your baby only tends to have like one meal a day, so it's not like heaps of prep straight away. But yeah, just like another added step, which I'm so excited for. But one thing I really want to quickly say is about the gagging. When we get home, I'm going to get Jessie and I to both just watch some YouTube videos on it. As much as like it might shock you, you don't want to show that it's going to shock you to your baby, because then it, will give them more reason to freak out too. So I just want to be on the same page with Jessie so that we both are just like. And also another thing that Jessie and I both need to watch, just like baby sign language. It enables them to be able to communicate with you that much more. So I've just been looking up like more and milk and eat, cat. What's some other ones? Anyway, there's a whole bunch. So I want Jessie and I to both be on the same page with that as well, so that each time that we feed Wolf, that is something we're really heavily pushing. But before we start driving, I wanted to quickly just delve into breastfeeding. I started my breastfeeding journey off with Wolf having a tongue tie. Now, a tongue tie is not the be all and end all. We did get it snipped on day 2 of him being in the world, and that was fine, but it just meant that my nipples were quite damaged. And sorry if this is TMI, I really don't want my YouTube to, you know, be so targeted just at girls, but boy or girl, if you ever get married, you know, to a girl, you might go through this. So it's kind of, that's why I want to just talk about it, because I actually think it's really important to normalize all of it. So sorry if it, you know, is gross to you or whatever, but wow. So, yeah, they were quite damaged, and it was just really sore for me. And to be fair, I really didn't enjoy breastfeeding until about 5 weeks in. And that might, you know, not sound like a lot, but truthfully, when you are on demand feeding for a little baby, you know, every couple hours, if not every hour, it stimulates a lot of anxiety in you for whenever they wake and you know that you're going to have to feed them. And that was really based out of pain for me. Because breastfeeding was so sore for me, it really took away from it. I didn't find bonding or joy in it for quite a long time. And I just want to say that that's not at all everyone's experience, but it also could be your experience. So don't be ashamed or don't be shocked if it is. And if you can't push through and breastfeeding just isn't for you, there's no shame in that either. How you feed your child is really between you and your child, and you will figure it out. Be empowered to figure it out your own way. But for me, yeah, it took about 5 weeks. I was really anxious. I really hated it. I didn't really want to be around Wolf because I would get so anxious. So because Wolf had a tongue tie, I got to see a lactation consultant. I went to her twice. That was amazing. It was invaluable, and she just taught me different ways of how to breastfeed. So at first it wasn't like your generic holding them like this breastfeed. It was, I was lying on my back and I had to have his face here and his body down my chest. Sometimes I would breastfeed with him on my actual arm here like a rugby ball, and I would hold him like that. It was all trial and error until I found that really comfortable positioning. And truth be told, my arms were so sore for so long of that first, I want to say like 4 to 5 months of having Wolf, because it was just, it's such a strain. Yeah, now I genuinely love breastfeeding. I will say, since he started teething, it has definitely gone back to being sore at times. I don't know if that's just like always going to be my experience, like maybe with our next child their latch might be different, who knows, but every child is so different and every experience is so different. Breastfeeding is one of those things that it's like we're told that it's so natural, and we're told that it's just you're gonna breastfeed, but you know, maybe you won't, maybe you don't want to, or maybe your body just won't produce the milk no matter what you do. Maybe it just won't be something that like you can get through the pain. And I think it's really normal to feel all those things, and you shouldn't feel guilt for it. It was a real big part of, I guess, my mental health journey, was like being okay with the fact that I didn't enjoy it, and Jesse was really aware of that, and Jesse being on the same team as me, and we would literally pray the whole time through his first feeds. In those first few weeks, just like praying the whole time that the pain would go away. We made it out the other side. You know, you got to have people in your corner who are going to encourage you, but I also really strongly believe that you got to have people in your corner who are going to say, it's okay if you don't want to. I think there is a fine line between babies first or mamas first, you know, and I think you got to figure out what's right for you. And I'm not here to advocate for either way. It's basically what I'm saying. I'm just saying that I think I'm here to advocate for you as a person and whatever you choose, because that's what I really needed in my journey. And you know what, like, whatever happens, happens. Your baby, if they're putting on weight, if they're growing, I'm sorry, but there's nothing better than that. With how much I struggled to establish breastfeeding, I really had kind of like a chip on my shoulder towards solids. I was like, look, I just spent months like falling in love with this, and then all of a sudden, after just a short 6 months, we're introducing something else as a food source. Like, are you joking? I put in so much work and effort once I, you know, came to terms with the fact that it was like, it doesn't need to be a personal thing that solids is happening. I don't feel that way anymore. I think my whole channel is just about like random things that I think of that I never thought I would even like think. I guess like I never thought that I would even think that solids could even be a personal thing, you know? And so that's why I feel like it's good to talk about, because anyone who's in that season, I just always want to be like highlighting something to you guys that you might not have like ever thought of. And I want it to be like a really empowering place. And as much as I love to have a vent on here, I really do want the channel to be something that is like empowering to mums, or just anyone who watches it to be like, oh my gosh, that's cool. Like, I didn't even know that. Man, I'm sweating up a storm in here. Oh my god. Okay, here we go.
How does that feel?
Want more? More?
You love it. You've done pretty well with your chunks.
But all in all, very successful. Very proud of you.
Still got some pumpkin.
He's not vibing it.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't vibing it. So you get back problems,
Well done! Well done! Comment your well dones down below, guys. Hey, you deserve the me. Look at that face.
Grab
Look at that nose. Oh, okay, well, I'm just going to put the rest of this prep into these and clean everything up. How are you going to clean them?
Oh, I don't know. Just want to hang out with him first.
No, you need to clean them first. Ooh. The mess. The mess. It's not too much, but I'm not vibing it. Okay guys, well I will see you guys next Wednesday in the next vlog. Don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss a thing with us. And give this video a like if you liked it. We will see you in the next one. If even one thing helped you to understand or relate, then I have done my job. So I'll see you next time. Bye.